It's time for a serious talk about our finances. In November, the budget committee prepared a bare bones budget, and we've done very well, with that budget. In fact, we're under that budget $16,000 a month. So it was a bare bones budget that was cut very lean, and we underspent it by $16,000 a month. Okay. However, if we had received the money that is owed to us, we would have a surplus. Okay. The variance at the time that the budget was written was like $10,000 to $14,000 a month. Right?
That's how much we weren't getting.
That was like the negative variance, and had that continued, we would be fine. At that time was when we really started, bringing the attorney in a very strong way, and really started, straightening up the collection process. We expected to get better with our collection procedures and start to bring more money in and maintain that negative variance, or even decrease it. However, what happened was it doubled. Our negative variance now is, minus $25,000 a month. There are 76 people out of 380 who are not paying their dues. Really?
How many?
76.
For how long a period about?
Well, listen, let me finish, and there's something that Ted's going to hand out to you guys, so if this is clear, what I want to give you is the bottom line. Because what's important is the bottom line. So currently the shortfall is $25,000 a month. If that continues and doesn't change at $25,000 a month, at the end of the year, there will be $500,000 shortfall. Okay? That's what it is. Now, I understand that money is tight for all of us, okay, and nobody really wants to hear this, but there are other communities, okay, who are having assessments of $3,000 plus. My parents got assessed for $3,000. There are companies where their boards are actually going out of business, and the government is stepping in to run their boards. Okay, we're not there. However, we are. The recommendation of the budget committee is this. We need to assess approximately $1,500. Okay. What we have done is we've looked at the first quarter and projected out over the rest of the year, what we believe that we need to do. The way that, and this is the budget committee's request suggestions and recommendations to the board. It's not been voted on. It's not been really discussed by the board. And what we would like to do is every quarter, starting June 1st, so it would be June 1st, September 1st, and December 1st, there would be an assessment of $500 each of those dates.
June 1, September 1, and December 1.
Yes. June 1, September 1, and December 1. But as we are going along, we are going to take a look at what we have and how our situation changes and decide, what would be appropriate at that time. But we want to start to give people a heads up of where we're at. As a community, there's 76 people who can't pay their dues.
Can't or won't?
Well, can't or won't. We have something. We've done a lot, and there's things that we can do. But to collect that money in the short run is going to be difficult. Over time, we hoping that we can get a lot of it back, and there are different things. Jimmy's going to discuss some things about that when I'm done. However, in the beginning, and I think that given the current market, and the way that things are going on in the world right now, this is not so bad. Okay, I understand that money is tight for all of us, and we really, I have to pay it. We all have to pay it, and I would rather not. But there are people losing their houses. There are people losing their jobs. If I have to come up with $500 a quarter and I'm even, there are worse things that could happen to me. And this is not written in stone, but you guys, we want to start to prepare the community to be ready for this. We're talking about June 1st. It's what, April 20th? April 21st. So we're trying to give everybody some time. It works out to about, I think, $165 a month. Start putting it away. Start thinking about it, because, we are viable. We have about $300,000 in the bank altogether with all of our, it's, we are ahead of the game. And the Budget Committee has done a great job. We have Bob, Ted, myself, Jimmy, and Kareem. Kareem is a CPA. Bob is a controller of a company. We have real, professional people scrutinizing these numbers and looking at these things. We were here till 11 o'clock last night, taking care of business. And, it is being taken care of in the most responsible way possible. We are victims of the economy just like everyone else. And what unfortunately too has happened to us is that the time that our condo is sold was really when it started to turn over. We have huge investors, and the investors are just walking away. So, all things considered and compared to other communities, I think that we're in pretty good shape, and we are doing a lot of things and are on top of it. We're going to watch it over the next quarter. And we're going to see, what if that variance changes. We keep waiting for it to tip over. When it started in November, it was, okay, 10, 14, all right, we can survive that. We have a $16,000, positive variance. It doubled to 25. We thought when we started our collection process, we were going to collect money, and the collection process is not, people just don't have the money to pay us. So just let us finish with this. Is there anything anyone from the Budget Committee would like to add to that?
Well, I think our handout is going to explain, it's going to have a few numbers in it that are very critical for you to look at. And I think you'll find that very interesting, including the spread of delinquencies over the most current delinquencies right through the worst delinquencies are indicated, not by individual name, but just the statistics, and I think you'll find it very interesting. There's also in there a Palm Beach Post article on the situation with condominiums and homeowners associations in the area, and I think you'll find that very interesting. So I just want to say that we're going to be getting this out when Tommy does.
I'm pretty much done. Why don't we hand that out so we have some numbers in our hands and people can see what we've been looking at.
While he's saying that, I have a question for you.
Sure.
There were 9 authorizations to proceed on foreclosures sent over on April 9th.
We're holding off on foreclosures.
Why are we holding off on foreclosures?
Because
they're not paying their dues.
The only person making money right now on foreclosures is our attorney.
Okay.
Most of these people are being foreclosed by their banks, which means that we throw thousands and thousands of dollars down the throat every time we give the attorney $500.
Well, you know what? Let's cut the losses. Okay, if you do not proceed with foreclosures, you're just pissing away money. The faster we get people out of here, because they're never going to catch up with us. Okay, we have to send them into foreclosure as the association. Otherwise, we will not get owners in here who pay the dues. The faster we get the people out who don't pay the dues, the faster or the less we have to pay for special assessments.
The problem, Raul, is it costs $4,000 to foreclose on somebody, and if the bank's going to do it anyway, you just threw $4,000 right down the throat.
Well,
95% of these people are going to be foreclosed. Why would we spend 30 people in foreclosure times 4? Why would we spend $100?
I'm looking at them. They're $6,000, $7,000 behind the dues. That means they're it's about $400. So we're going to say that they're over a year behind on dues to us, and we still haven't sent them to foreclosure. Obviously, they're still paying their bank at that point.
We sent 10 people to foreclosure, and we want to kind of see what happens in the next one with those. Did we waste that money? Does it have an effect? Does it bring money in? We got $10,000 the other day. We're still researching.
I don't know.
We had a foreclosure?
No, there's 10 bank foreclosures out there.
No, we filed 10.
We filed 10.
You filed 10, and you have another 10 in the office.
Plus $500.
Plus it's $5,000 to file those 10.
Yeah.
And we got foreclosure experts telling us we're throwing money down the throat. The only person that's going to make